Have you ever had a bad day? So bad that you just had to listen to the cars passing by, watch raindrops gradually fall against the window, or just stare at your cup of coffee, seeing the foam swirl around for comfort? It might not just feel like something is going to change then or now, but what if I tell you that a single word can change your life? No? What do you think when you hear the word guilt, defensive, fear of offending someone, rejection, disappointment? Well, these words can still cause grown adults to scrunch up their faces, stomp their feet, or even cry. Would hearing it make you stop what you're doing? How about the word no? Did you know that this word made a man into a billionaire? Today, you will discover an exciting story about the son of a Brooklyn truck driver who took life's lemons and made them into your Java chip frappuccino that you know today. Curious? Then let's take a look at this story and to unlock another key at untapping your potential. Welcome to Untapping Your Potential, where we will share with you motivational stories, motivational figures, comeback stories, and public speaking tips that will keep it growing and inspire you to take action. Howard Schultz. He grew up in a Brooklyn housing project. His mother was a receptionist, and his father was a World War II veteran that delivered cloth diapers. He was only 7 when his dad fell on a job and fractured his ankle. Now, his parents didn't have any formal college education to progress in life or any other way to get by, so this fall brought his family to the lowest point in their lives. Most people work their first jobs around 18 or 21, but for Howard, he had to start at 12 years old selling newspapers and work for a local cafe. Howard found it hard seeing his family struggle to pay medical bills and living by the day. It just baffled him how such dedicated people like them have to fight to survive. He hardly ever knew if his parents learned how to enjoy life. This is when he promised himself that this shouldn't happen to anyone else. He said, I want to build the kind of company my father never got a chance to work for. A company that honors and respects the dignity of work and the dignity of all men and all women. He became the first person in his family to graduate from college. He worked various jobs and nothing stopped him. At 26, he became the vice president in charge of sales for a Swedish houseware company. In a lot of people's minds, this would have been seen as successful. Not for Howard, though. Not until he visited a shop that was placing large orders for one of their items, a drip coffee maker. At that time, the two owners were selling whole coffee beans, teas, spices, and coffee-making accessories. Just from hearing all of these, you can feel the passion and dedication the owners had for one thing: coffee. Their enthusiasm with coffee made Howard fall in love with what they created. They had a passion for something that was quickly overlooked. For 1 year, he called, asked, nagged, and visited the owners, asking them if he would join their team. He must have annoyed them so much with his tenacity, he became their director of marketing. Now, as a director of marketing, he went on a business trip to Milan, Italy. And what he witnessed was a completely different coffee drinking culture from America. In America, coffee was just a quick drink to get you through the weekday. Here, people actually sat down and enjoyed their drinks. There was a relationship between man and coffee. Coffee shops became a place where people went to meet, talk, and appreciate finely made coffee. This gave him a bright idea to recreate the same energy and environment in their own shops back home. Howard had reported immediately to the owners. Of course, he was met with reluctance. They wanted to stay with what they know and what works. They wanted to stick with selling bulk items, not individual drinks. This got Howard thinking maybe he should have his very own coffee shop. However, with every new business, there is the challenge of trying to get money to set up shop. Could he raise $1.6 million for it? He spoke with 242 people, and 217 of them said no. 90% of the people he talked to declined his ideas. They tell him that it wasn't worth the money. There would be no real profit in this type of business. He had to do something. It didn't do him any good just to stop there. So he opened his very first ever shop. It wasn't from the $1.6 million he initially wanted, but it was still enough to open the doors of Il Giornale. For Howard, the hardest thing about being a leader is demonstrating or showing vulnerability. When the leader demonstrates vulnerability and sensibility and brings people together, the team wins. Almost everyone seems to think that being vulnerable is a bad thing. It implies that you're weak or defenseless. It's quite the opposite, actually. When someone is willing to admit they're vulnerable, it demonstrates a level of trust and respect with the people or people you're opening up to. It showcases the foundation for open and non-judgmental communication, especially with this role as a leader. Being vulnerable creates a healthy and open work environment where employees feel free to share ideas and problems. Howard Schultz has a policy called Employee First. Schultz strongly believes that employees who are treated well will, in turn, treat both customers and their employer in kind. Soon, his shop was making annual sales of $500,000. He was already so close to his goal, but something was still missing. The owners of the first coffee shop where he worked in were selling their business. Howard had many fond memories in that shop, so in 1987, he bought 6 of their stores for $3.8 million. Combining Howard's current stores with their stores, he became the CEO of Starbucks Coffee. This transformed the idea of coffee being just a quick drink to get you through the weekday, to being the reason why people gather in one area to study, meet friends, get their work done, and feel comfortable, all while enjoying a good cup of coffee. As of January 2nd, 2002, Starbucks has 34,317 open stores across the world, just under 17,000 in the US. It is the premier roaster and retailer of specialty coffee in the world. Howard's father unfortunately passed away before he could see the achievements, but Howard knew that if his father could see his company now, he would be proud. Howard Schultz made a company that his father was never able to work for, a company that treated their employees how his parents wanted or ought to have been treated. Success is best when it's shared. The focus on people really drove Howard Schultz by the end of the day. He focused on his employees first. He wanted to see hardworking people get the benefits and opportunities they deserved. By putting his employees first, they become kind to customers. By being kind to the customers, they get an overall good experience. They come back to the shop. It's a shared victory. So, do you want your dreams to come true? Just remember these key principles when following through with your dreams. Failure is not the end of the road. You need a vision and focus on people. Thanks for watching this video. How would you like to hear more motivational stories on a consistent basis? Do me a favor and support the channel by sharing, commenting below, and please make sure to like and hit that subscribe button to get the latest updates. Soon you will be on your way to feeling inspired.